Hi campers, it's Miss Yaz from Camp Quarantine and it is picture book time. Today's picture book is brought to you by the picture book called Boy by Phil Cummings and Shane DeVries. And I love this book because it's all about being different and it's okay. I'm not sure if you've heard this, but it's about a boy who can't hear. He can't hear. So I really hope you like it. Are you ready? So, Boy. Just make sure you can see. Great pictures here. We actually learned to draw a few of these in my lesson, so stay tuned. Okay, ready? So there's no leaves on the forest. Trees, I wonder why. Boy. Once there was a king who lived high on a hill. His castle looked over the valley to the mountains beyond. He was a powerful man with many brave knights. Cling, clong, clang, ting. Cling, clong, clang, ting. I think their swords are making lots of noise. The mountains were once rich with trees, but a powerful dragon had destroyed much of the forest with his fiery breath. Check out his nose. From all the fire he's been blowing, hey? Look at this house. Okay. In a small village on the edge of the burnt forest lived Boy. Boy couldn't hear, but he was happy. He spoke with dancing hands and he drew pictures for people in the sand. His parents loved his stories. But the villagers didn't understand. What a strange child, they would say as they walked on by. So, I think this is the symbol for house. And there are his mummy and daddy. But everyone else didn't understand him. I'm really lucky because my son and my daughter have gone to kindergartens where they teach Auslan, which is the language used for people that can't hear. So we're very lucky that they've learnt a few signs. Roar, charge, cling, clong, clang. Since the forest had been burnt, the king and the dragon had fought many fierce battles. There was roaring, flapping, running about, hiding, dodging, weaving, and a lot of shouting. Oh, there's a big fight between the soldiers and the dragon. Oh dear. Have a look. There we go. Boy couldn't hear the battle cries, but he had seen the fear in his mother's eyes and felt in his father's hands when he held him close. Roar, cling, clang. The battles were loud and long, but no one ever won. So everyone's looking really, really, really scared. But Boy can't hear. One day, when the king and the dragon were battling once more, Boy ran right into the middle of it all. Roar, roar, cling, clang, cling, clang. So his daddy's saying, come back, come back. But remember, he can't hear. So he's chasing this guy. He doesn't know what's happening. What do you think is going to happen? Roar, cling, clang, clunk. The king seems to be shouting at Boy to get out of the way. The knights were stunned. Move, they shouted. Get out of the way, Boy, ordered the king. Roar, bellowed the dragon. But of course, Boy could not hear them. Remember, he can't hear, so he doesn't know there's big fights going on between the king, the knights, and the dragon. Flames flared from the dragon's nostrils. The knights waved their swords frantically as they marched over to the boy. Cling, clong, clang, clang. Why aren't you listening? Shouted the king. So the king is yelling at the boy, but the boy can't hear. He can't hear. Boy was surprised when he looked up and saw them all. He watched them for a moment, then made his hand dance. The knights were flabbergasted. The king was puzzled. The dragon was mystified. Cling clang, ching ting ting dong. But he can't hear. So they're all trying to understand what Boy is talking about. Interesting. What's Boy trying to say, do you think? Boy could see that they didn't understand him. So he took a sword and wrote in the sand, "Why are you fighting?" Why are you fighting? He's asking the dragon, the king, and the knights. It's a really good question, even for the world now, right? Why are we fighting? There was silence until suddenly the king pointed to the dragon. "He started it," he cried. "He burnt our forest." The dragon shook his head. "It was an accident," he roared. "I sneezed a fireball into the trees. I came to say sorry, but your knights chased me away." There was a misunderstanding. So he thinks that he did it on purpose, but he said he just sneezed. The knights pointed to the king. "He told us," they cried. So everyone is blaming everybody else. That's interesting. Has that ever happened to you? Where there's been a misunderstanding and then everyone's blaming everybody? The king looked up at the dragon. "Well, I thought you were coming to take my castle." Maybe I'll move a bit closer. "Your castle is far too small for me," the dragon replied. "All I want is for you to stop chasing me. I don't like being scared." "Nor do we," chorused the knights. So everyone's trying to explain why everyone's chasing everybody. There's a big misunderstanding. They're talking about it. Boy drew a picture of everyone in the sand. He showed them how their days could be without fighting and fear. There was a lot of chatting and a lot of laughing. So have a look. There's Mummy and Daddy watching. And he is trying to explain to the king and the knights and the dragon how their life could be if they didn't fight. And he's drawing, can you see there, a dragon and a castle? And everybody is looking happy. Well, you can't tell here, but these guys look happy. "I promise the knights won't chase you anymore," said the king to the dragon, "and you can visit my castle whenever you like. And I will cover my nose when I sneeze," said the dragon. Boy couldn't hear a word, but he didn't need to. Why didn't Boy need to know what they were saying exactly? I'll give you a second to think. That's right. It's because he can still see, and he can see that they are hugging and they're happy. So he understands that they're friends now, even without hearing. Isn't that clever? We could do that too, you know. I think everybody could do that, really. Back in the village, everyone was waiting to see Boy. And they all said, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." "Thank you," they said with their dancing hands. And they're saying, "Thank you." All right, and I'm going to say thank you for listening to my picture book today. And I hope you go visit my other lesson where you're going to learn to draw a Viking hat, a mushroom, and a dragon. All right, campers, I'll see you soon. Bye.